us. We're here, we're alive, and today we're going to do a little something different. We're going to ask ourselves or ask each other some questions on, random stuff because who doesn't like a little random, juicy gossip, right? So I'm going to go first, Nia.
All right.
If you had to tagline your life for a sitcom, what would it be?
That is a terrible question. Can I pass? Like what? Um, that's a struggle for me because I don't live a sitcom life. I live more like a HBO type of. You know what? No, no, I got it. Yep. Tagline. It's not really a tagline. I was thinking of a show name actually. You ever seen Up Schitt's Creek? If I had to tagline my life to a sitcom, damn.
We can extend sitcom to like a HBO series because I definitely have to be on HBO.
Oh, I'm definitely um you know what? I got a tagline. There can be only one.
I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah. And kudos to anyone who knows what TV show. It's not a sitcom. It was a TV show slash movie because there were a couple movies and then they made a TV show out of it. I don't know which one came first, but the saying from the show is there can be only one.
Yeah. Okay.
And I hope no one judges me once they figure out what TV show it is.
It's okay. I'm gonna Google it as soon as we get off this call. Okay, your turn.
Oh yeah. What would you do with $1 million?
Let's see. I've had this conversation multiple times actually. Um,
Oh, every time you spin your lotto winnings in your head, what are we gonna do if we win Powerball? Uh,
I think so. The cutesy things would be I would pay my parents' house off, but my parents are blessed enough to where their house is paid off, and it has been for a few years now. Their car is paid off. If I had $1 million, I would take 20 million as play money, and then I would probably buy a salon because that's something that we've talked about. So I would buy two salons. I would buy one here and one in Maryland. That way I have an excuse to go. Not that I need one, but a business expense. So,
it's all right. We have a general manager in mind for both locations, so it works out. You know.
so I would take 20 million and that would be like my play money. I would buy the two salons. So let's just say that's, I don't know, I would say probably like $500,000 to buy both of those salons. Um, I would definitely do like community outreach. Like I would give a percentage to like Transformation Nation because I do believe in the things that they do. I would definitely give to Grace Family because that's local for here. And I think the rest, I mean, like obviously I would take care of like those around me that I care about, like set up college funds for like my niece's kids and stuff like that. All the humanitarian Miss Universe speech stuff. I
Good deal.
but Guilty pleasures. I would quit my job and I would buy I would definitely buy like one of my dream cars. However, I would buy like a shitty car so I can do donuts in the parking lot at my workplace.
So let me get this straight. You're going to buy a car just for the purposes of doing donuts
Yes,
at your current job, I guess, what, on your last day?
correct. Literally, like I would do it at high peak hours when there's patients going in. And then
Wow. What, I need to know this. What are you playing on the radio while you're doing the donuts?
I don't fuck with you.
I knew it. You little stupid. Yeah, buddy.
That would probably be the only petty thing. And that's why I have so many humanitarian things that I would do because we're Libras, right? We need balance. But most definitely, I've learned a thing or two from driving a Crown Vic, and I know that they make
Nice donut. We about to get an old police car to make donuts in the parking
while
lot.
we're playing Big Sean's. I don't fuck with you.
All of the old white people are not gonna understand.
They're gonna be like, "Wait, is that Natalie?"
And my name's not Natalie, bitches.
I would probably write that in the back, like my name's not Natalie. And then I would definitely travel. Like I would probably take like 2 straight months and just eat, pray, love, learn about other countries. There's even like travel throughout the United States. There's a lot of places that I want to go to Seattle. I want to go see, the Grand Canyon. Like there's a lot of things that I want to do stateside that we never really get to do. So that's what I would do with my $1 million. My goal would be that once I pay the taxes on it and whatever, that I invest that money properly so that I can live off of that for the rest of my days. Thank you very much.
Good deal. Give it up for Mrs. Tampa.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Next question for you. What is the stupidest way that you've ever hurt yourself?
There's so many to choose from. A little note about me. I have very good balance. I'm very athletic. However, I tend to have gangly arms apparently that bump into everything. So one time I bruised my wrist because my hand got caught on a doorway while walking by. Don't ask me how, but it was the most uncomfortable. Apparently, that's how I walk through doorways. But it hurt for like a week and a half because it was like in a spot that I just kept touching. You know what I'm saying? Like right at the base of your thumb, where you're like where it meets your wrist. Like I hit right there, bruh. Probably the worst.
That's very interesting, but now every time I'm just gonna see this.
Woo. Okay. Oh, I want to ask you this. So, what bad pickup line would work on you? And I know you heard a lot of pickup lines in your day. So, yeah.
What?
Like, what's the corniest thing or dumbest thing that somebody said, and you were like, I'll still talk to
Huh.
you.
So I have the corniest one that I feel like has made me want to cuss some people out. I,
This says it has worked. Not irritated you, not pissed you off. We want to know what worked. Like, when someone hits you with a girl, are your feet tired because you've been running through my mind all day long. Or can I be invited to the party in your pants?
the fact that you have these at the top of the dome is very concerning. Ooh, the corniest. I feel like that's a hard question because I everything kind of turns me off. So I don't think.
You don't like pickup lines? Like, so there's, I guess that's like, to me, that's like one of those things from like a movie, right? Where some beautiful woman is sitting there and a guy comes up and he's like a dork and he's got a terrible pickup line, but she's like, but he's cute, he's kind of dorky, so okay. Like, if literally, if a dude walked up to you and was like, and he looked good, so let's preface that. Let's set the stage a little bit, right? Let's set the stage. So let's imagine it's like Ryan Gosling.
I like him.
Right, right. Let's imagine it's the Ryan Gosling from La La Land. So he's like cute, little dorky, but he was kind of swaggy. So if he hit you with a man, your feet must be tired, and you were like, what? I mean, they gotta be, because a woman as beautiful as you has been running through my mind all day long. Would you be like, or would you? You're already laughing, right? Because it's so terrible. You're like, bro, you didn't really think that was gonna work, but it's Ryan Gosling, so you're like, but I'm gonna keep talking to you because you're cute and you had the balls to come and try to pick me up with that terrible ass line.
I just can't think of. I mean, honestly, when I get hit on, it starts off with stupid things like, "Where's your man at?" Or I get a lot of the I think one of the I get the "Where's your man at?" I get the "Oh, there's no way you can be single," like as openers.
So no bad pickup lines have worked on you, is what you're saying.
The only thing that not like a bad pickup line, but I think like, so what are you drinking? Or something like that when you're like trying to ask me information. And then usually the what are you drinking is like, no, I'm not gonna have a drink from you because then you're gonna expect something from me. So maybe
A conversation.
God, this is bad. This is bad, Dory. This is real.
Ooh, I mean, I can't answer it either because I don't really get hit on.
That's another thing too. I either get hit on and it's like super like ill or
Easy,
creepy
creepy.
or like not original. but not corny, or it's like I don't get hit on at all. People just stare. So I think that we're gonna say that no bad pickup lines would work on me
I
unless
believe
you're like Idris Elba, which all he has to do,
there's no bad pickup line, right? You don't have to speak. Just walk up
like
to
if he
me.
came up to me, he was like, "Hello," or how his accent is, I would be like, "Yes."
Yeah. I think the only thing better that there could be with Idris Elba is if he had an Australian accent instead of a British. That would literally take him over the top. That's why God didn't do it. He said, "Nah, nah, you're going to London. You're going to England because if I let you be from Australia, it's
He
too
can read the
much."
directions off of an IKEA catalog, and
Do you know
I'd be like,
I pay such close attention to the Booking.com commercials now? I ain't never wanted to book through Booking.com. I avoid third party apps like shit. He got me thinking about Booking.com just because it is great marketing. Like, honestly, it is great marketing. Yeah.
okay, let's compose
Okay,
ourselves.
next question.
Um, Here's a good one. What is your ultimate guilty pleasure?
I thought this was gonna be like surface level stuff.
I'm thinking like ice cream with Oreos, and you're clearly thinking
Okay, we're talking about food. Got it. Right, food. Okay. I needed some
food,
context
like
around
something you
that.
love doing. Like,
We're gonna stay away from that. Food. Food. That's my answer. Because I would hate to say, like, I really like sweets though.
okay, so let's set the
And
stage. You've had a really long week. You've been listening to Overflow, so you don't have to cuss people out. Shout out TC.
yeah.
Um, and you just like your go-to, like when you do this, like people know you're having a bad day. Like, what would be like the snack, the dessert, the your food choice?
Um. Hmm. So I don't know if people would know because again, you'd have to know me pretty well to be able to watch. Like my behavior when I'm having a rough day is I don't talk to people. However, the stage you just set happens all the time. And I usually will go and get savory and sweet, right? So, and alcohol, given the fact that I had a rough week. So it's like at the end of that week, it's Friday, it's payday, it's been a hell of a week. I'm going to get my most favorite savory entree and then some ridiculously indulgent dessert and a bottle of some type of alcohol is what is likely to be my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, we're similar with that. To me, it's like I love ice cream and I stay away from it. So if I'm like eating ice cream, or if I go and Uber Eats a bottle of wine,
Yeah, I can't say that that indicates anything other than I was too lazy to go to, excuse me, the store. That's it. Yeah.
And I look for the liquor store that has the least amount of wait time. That would probably be my thing. Nothing that a good glass of wine can't fix.
Hey, that is a fact. All right, next question. What item do you hope will be obsolete in 20 years?
Social media.
I take offense to that. Maybe because it's my new career, but geez, you gonna put me out of a job in 20 years?
Social
What is this?
media.
Okay, so tell me why.
I feel like we've lost and by we I mean society. I feel like we've lost ways to connect with each other. Like it doesn't matter where I go. It can be the grocery store, the movies. Like people just can't put their devices down. And I think that it's caused this. We've learned to send emojis instead of discussing feelings. Everything is shorthand. There's no personal connection. And being someone who I love me a good meme. So that's and my I love my reels and I literally every night before I go to bed, that's pretty much what I do. Like I'll like like just freaking focus on something like that to help me laugh and like just forget about outside problems, right? Because that's usually what we do. We use it as a distraction. At least a lot of us do.
Hmm.
But for me, I would love for social media to be like a thing of the past 20 years from now, to be like so that we can find like that human connection again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's my like
Again, please, ladies and gentlemen,
don't
give a round of applause for Miss Tampa. I agree that it would be great to have personal, interactions and stuff. But I'm not going to lie, I really appreciate the convenience of not having to talk to some people. And I am one of those people that I literally will try to find all the information I can online. And I am irritated if I have to ultimately make a phone call and talk to someone, which is crazy because my whole life is talking. But maybe that's why, right? Because I spend so much time speaking, um, yelling, if I'm coaching, singing, preaching. It's always so it's like my job is to speak, my job is to talk. So I don't, when I'm trying to get something done, when I'm just trying to hurry up, it's like people, Lord forgive me, can be a bit of an interruption and or obstacle. And when you have boom 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 all the boxes check, it's like, why we didn't have to do this, right? Now I understand that you then miss the interpersonal connection that you get by going to the store and literally having an exchange, having a conversation. Those are the types of encounters that change lives sometimes because you get to know little old Susie who works at your local bodega, and you find it odd because it's a white lady named Susie at a bodega, and then you find out she's actually Cuban, and like, just I get it, right? I love all of that, and I seek that out because of who I am and how I'm built. I do seek out the personal interaction, but I will agree that the conveniences and the way we've gone with technology have made it so easy and almost encourage people to no longer have physical interaction. Let's just talk through a camera. And yeah,
I
I
think we're humans, right? So we need that like me, I would love to work from home, but I also enjoy the social aspect of coming into an office or having like, so I love how far technology has come. Obviously, you and I, we're not that many years apart, but I like literally, I think social media started in 2009, 2008, 2009, which was around the time that Ariana was born, and I was 22 years old. So I have spent most of my life on the internet and on like these kids were born into the internet. You and I had the experiences of not having any of that and enjoying childhood and not my mother. I would leave with my brother on the bike and she wouldn't see me until nighttime and there was no way to contact each other.
Listen, I didn't get my first cell phone until I was married. Now, caveat, I got married way too young. Let's just put that out there. But the point is, I was old enough to be married when I got my first cell phone. And it didn't do any of the things that my cell phone does right now. It called people
Right.
and it let people call me. And we could communicate, but when we text, I had to hit the same button
Like
to
3 or 4 times to get to
yeah.
get to the letter that
To
you
get,
needed.
because it's 3 letters per button. You got to hit it till you get to your letter. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I come from that, and I come from being able to having to be on time because there was no calling home to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be 5 minutes." Oh, I'm on. No, you be here because if you're not here, one time I wasn't where I was supposed to be, and my mom came looking for me, and I was driving a vehicle at the time. Here's the thing: praise the Lord, she didn't find me. Not until we got back home. Because if what happened when we got back home had happened out in public, it would have been oh so embarrassing. But yeah, that was before cell phones. That was back when, when I was in high school, we had pagers
Yes.
because we thought we was doctors and shit.
My mom was like, what is the point of you having a pager if you don't have anywhere to call them back from? And I said, well, at least, trying to be cool. I was 15. I remember,
Well, by the time you had pagers, though, we were sending messages on pagers.
yes.
When I was in high school, it was a number you had to call back. Okay, so total side story. Man, when I was in high school, I was 16, I was a junior, and I was dating this older guy, right? Jesus. And I thought he was just so, like, it was just cool to be dating somebody. He was out of school, right? Supposedly he was 21.
Whoa.
So, oh yeah, girl, I was 16, you was 21, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was so ignorant, Jesus. So I met him through someone else. I was with a friend, and basically he was the uncle of a guy I went to school with. And I was cool with the guy and his sister. And so me and his sister were together one day, and they roll up on us in the neighborhood. And so his uncle's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What's up?" Yeah. So I got irritated pretty quickly. And the reason why this comes to my mind is because, again, we didn't have cell phones. This nigga used to page me at 6:30 in the morning. I'd be on my way to school. Now, I didn't grow up privileged, so my ass was on the school bus. The yellow one? Yeah. So I'm getting a page from this nigga, and at first it was cute. Ooh, girl, he passed. Yes, 6:30 in the morning paging me. A weekend, I was like, okay, why don't you have something else to do? Why am I spending my quarters to call you back from the payphone every time I get to school, my nigga?
Not the payphone. I don't even think Ariana would know how to use one.
Listen, I probably because you've seen it in a movie. So I ended up telling him that I couldn't talk to him anymore because I got grounded for like the rest of the school year. I lied, and I had to ask for forgiveness. but I didn't ask for it from him. I asked for the Lord to forgive me for the lie, but I needed this nigga off my line, okay? Because as it turns out, he was 21 living at home with his mom. He didn't have a car. The car he was driving the day I saw him was not his. And I started to put together some pieces that you're 21, trying to talk to a 16-year-old, still living at home with your mom. Something about this picture is a little off. And you are bugging the hell out of me. I would have expected me being a 16-year-old, I'm going to be all up on your line. And you going to be ducking and dodging me. No, it's the other way around. So one day, he paged me in the morning on the way to school and would be like, what took you so long to call back? Sir, I was on the bus. I had to wait till it got here. Then I had to put my books in my locker before I could call you back. Remember, I'm in high school. Okay. So I was like, look, I got in trouble. And I'm not going to be able to talk to you anymore because I got in trouble and my mom grounded me for the rest of the year. So I can't go anywhere and I can't have any phone calls. So this nigga said, well, can't you just call me from school? It's not going to work, sir. Just let it go. Like, so yeah, what made me, like I said, what made me think about it is the thought of, I had a pager and I was so excited to have one until that moment when he kept paging me. He would page me as soon as he knew I was on the bus or if I was on the bus coming home. That way he would page me so I would call him right away.
I'm wondering what he's doing
now. I don't know, but he wasn't 21, he was 31. Yeah. I think personally that classifies as pedophilia. If I'm 16 and you're 31, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I ain't look like a 16-year-old, but damn.
Find out that he was 31.
So a year later, now I'm laughing and joking with my friend, like, yo, and your uncle though? She said, girl, he is, I said, yeah, who you telling? I said, and to be 21, she said, 21? He not 21. I said, he told me he was 21. She said, girl, he lied. That nigga is a solid 31 years old.
Yeah, 31 is a bit much. That's pretty disgusting. So that would mean that now he's what, in his 50s, 60s?
He would be 50 because he was. No, he. I might need a calculator for this math. If I was 16 and he was 31,
20.
He was 15. He was 15 years older than me. And I'm 42 now.
So he would be close to 60, which is disgusting.
He probably would still talk to me today. I mean, I'm not trying to be arrogant or nothing, but I'm just saying, the way shit was going for him.
I don't think he's your type, or you're his type now. You're too old.
I'm too old.
You're too old for
him. Because if he goes any younger than me, he's going to prison. Okay. He's not R. Kelly. No one's parents are going to condone that. No. No.
Turn to ask you a question? I think it is.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite room in your house?
I'm pretty sure you can answer this question.
The kitchen?
If I could, I'd just sleep right off the kitchen.
That's where the magic happens.
So honestly, for me, yes. And I say that because it's the place in my house where I feel
artistic.
Yes, and I get to be me. I sing in the kitchen. I cook in the kitchen.
You entertain. There's been so many laughs and stories in that kitchen.
Exactly. So to me, the kitchen, and this is, people say this all the time, right? The kitchen is the epicenter of a house, especially when you're entertaining. For whatever reason, people kind of always gravitate to the kitchen area. But because of who I am and what I do in the kitchen, like that's where it's like when I enter into the kitchen, it's like, oh, all right, here we go. Time to be great. Like that's
Yeah.
how it is because of what I know is about to happen. And then like whether I'm making drinks, whether I'm baking, whether I'm cooking, whether we just talking shit, like there's always music, there's always laughter, there's always love. So
Yeah, I figured that one.
yeah. All right, last question. I really want to know this. And I'm going to expand the question, right? So the question says, what nickname did you used to have? I want to put an S on that. I would like to know nicknames that you had.
So in high school, they used to call me Fatty Girl because I had a fat butt.
You never shared that before. Oh, you know what it is. You know what it is. Your name is being changed in my phone to Fatty Girl. Yeah.
Uh, I've gotten called Nada Nada with the Fata Fata.
This is so much better than I could have ever imagined.
Then I
Nada
realized, like,
Nada with
I
the
feel
fat.
like I feel like every member of my family has a different nickname for me. So Jenny calls me Nai, or my lady. Jonah, her son, calls me. He can't say Naida, so he calls me Titi Naida, like Naida, Naida. Um, my familiar, like my family calls me Naida. You call me Naida. Um, I feel like everybody calls me everything but my name. So,
Some people call you Natty.
Natty, 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 Nat. A couple of people call me Nat. Some people used to call me Nata. I have so many
I
nicknames.
remember Nata. When I
Yeah.
met you, I feel like Nata was in play.
Yeah, that was the name at the time. Um, I mean, others call me bitch.
I don't think that was ever an official nickname. So I'm not gonna include that one, you know?
Ariana calls me mommy, which I love that she calls me mommy. She calls me mom when she's pissed. Um, that's pretty much it. I in like my high school, college days, that was, and I went to like an all white high school,
Mm.
so there was only a couple of us there with some fat butts. So
Hence the reason they called you Fatty Girl.
yeah, they call
Because if
me
you'd have
Fatty
went to
Girl.
school with other people like us, you'd have been Batty, not Fatty.
Yeah.
uh,
So those have been my nicknames throughout the years. Naddle.
Nattle's
Naddle.
the latest. I really like Nattle, and I think it's because it just makes me think of, this is going to sound very terrible. It is no reflection on you at all. It literally is just the name. And I think because the name is like the antithesis of who you are, is why it's so awesome for me. But when someone says Nattle, I think of a woman who potentially lives in a trailer somewhere in Florida, and she drinks natural light beer. Now, I am not making any judgments about those who drink natural light beer. Got family members that drink natural light beer.
Yeah.
You know?
Mr. Crane.
Hey,
Natural.
I don't judge people for their choices, and I hope they don't judge me for mine. So, That being said, that's why to me, like, for you to go by Natal, it's like, yeah, y'all got to switch that birth.
We should start doing that. We should start doing that. Being like, I can't wait for you to meet my friend Natal.
First of all, it's hard enough when I say Natalie's.
I know.
What is your name? You know what? Never mind.
I did get called. I used to get called Natty Ice. Natty Ice was in play for a while.
Was it because you were cold to people?
No, I think people used to like natural ice, so they would say, "Oh, like Natty Ice." And then the other one I used to get called was Natty with the Fatty. That was the name at the salon.
I think we should put that on the shirt.
Natty with the Fatty. Yeah, that was in rotation for a while. I've gotten called so many nicknames. I'm just blessed that everyone has a little bit of my patients call me Natalie.
That's because trying to tell people your actual name, especially over the phone, which
it is pointless. In person, over the phone, I say Natalise, and somehow Natalie is what they hear. And I told you we talked about this before in another episode where someone asked me how to spell Natalie, and I didn't know, so there was like a long pause because I don't fucking know any Natalies. It's not like a name that you know. So they were like, "How do you spell that?" And I was like,
Bro, I'd have been like, are you in the witness protection program? If so, blink twice. I'll just write a name. Don't worry about it. Like,
I was like, Natallie.
I would have talked about you for the rest of my shift. Yo, I took an order earlier and asked this chick how to spell her name, and she stuttered. Like, yeah. We have unique names, and yes, so.
We do. Well, best friend, it's been a pleasure. This was a fun game, and I can't wait to get back to our episodes. We got a lineup for y'all.
Ooh, I hope y'all are ready.
Buckle your panties.
I'm going to find a picture of panties with a buckle so that we can have a promo like that says buckle your panties.
Buckle your panties because it's going to be a wild ride. So until next time, we love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.